All right, so I've been wondering what in the hell happened to Keith Thurman. It's like this dude is on top of the game. He's all over the news. He's talking about being the best pound for pound welterweight in the world, calling out Manny Pacquiao, talking about he's going to be the next Mayweather, this, that, and then boom, he vanishes. What the hell happened? We saw the gruesome, pictures of the nasty bruised up elbow. Okay, well, that kind of justified it. Remember, then he was in some kind of a car wreck, and then he had to get the deposits out of the elbow. And then he gets better. Now he re-injured his hand from hitting the heavy bags. Now he can't take this fight, can't take that fight. All the while, he's running around this lady here, his new wife, at that time, wife-to-be. Apparently, she worked at a nightclub in Tokyo, and Keith Thurman was spending a lot of time overseas in Tokyo, and her father owns the nightclub, and he said, when they saw each other, they hit it off. It was magical. Next thing you know, Keith Thurman's on a hill playing a flute, and the rest is history. So, look, here's the thing. I've been young once, too. I was back when I was 20, 21, 23, whatever he is. I thought with different parts of my body, I truly think he's whipped. I'm just going to say, I'm going to call it like it is. He's whipped, okay? That's exactly, and you guys know what I'm talking about. He is whipped, and he's going to regret this. It's cool to get married. Yes, have your family, have your private life, your personal life, but you can't quit in the prime of your life. You can't just quit. Right? Remember his coach died. He went through this terrible childhood, this upbringing, had a tough time. Coach died, had a lot to prove, and he did. He made his way up, the whole one-time Thurman, and he's a great fighter. But I don't know. I don't see him coming back and being what he was. Okay. Now, also, Danny Garcia suspended. I'm like, what? When the hell did that happen? Okay. But let me read a little something. Due to my rehabilitation from my injuries, I agreed to relinquish my WBC title at this time. I continue to rehab my hand and elbow. I look forward to getting back in the ring this summer. This is a temporary setback, and I will be the unified champion once again and look forward to winning back my WBC title as soon as possible. Okay, so, he's saying, look, I'm going to hang on to one belt. When I come back, I'll get the WBC back. So now let's move forward. Okay, now Thurman has been idle since unifying belt split decision against Danny Garcia 13 months ago at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And we all know this. Thurman had right elbow surgery to remove bone spurs and calcium deposits. He was preparing his return in action in spring, but then suffered a deep bruise on his left hand during a sparring session that had forced him blah, blah, blah. And over here, he says right here, okay, right here it's a sparring session, but over here, I'm looking at another screen, and it says, that he hurt his hand on a heavy bag. So whatever, who knows? It sounds like a bunch of BS to me. Okay. Then he said, of course, he spoke to the WBC president Sullivan recently and decided rather than hold up the division, he would rather relinquish the title, paving the way for the two men that he's already beat, Garcia and Porter, to fight for the vacant WBC belt. But we got a problem. Danny Garcia suspended. I'm like, when, how, what, what happened? I didn't even hear about this. I was supposed to be like this boxing reporter. I didn't even hear about this crap. Okay, so Garcia, I'm like, what, PEDs? Like, what'd he do? What happened? So, right here, Nevada chief explains why Danny Garcia remains suspended. Okay, Garcia defeated Brandon Rios in February, blah, 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 blah. Danny Garcia is currently suspended by the Nevada Athletic Commission. Garcia must have both hands x-rayed to rule out any fractures if possible. Then he must have an orthopedic doctor clear him by August 18th, 2018. Okay, which is right around the corner. Okay, what do we got here? We're about, it's about a month, about 3 weeks away. Okay, it's like July, what is today? Like July 20th today. Okay, Bob Bennett, he is the, the athletic or Nevada athletic commissioner, exclusively told WBN. Okay, so I didn't even know that, and not only did I not know that, but I didn't know they could actually step in for messed up hands. Every boxer on the planet. Look at Mayweather. He would have to get injections in his hand before every fight. He would have to, he'd get the Novocaine and all that in his hands and the shots in his hands and everything. So that's common. the boxing that I've done in my life, my hands are all messed up. So I've never heard of a commission coming in and talking about how they need to get an orthopedic surgeon to clear them and this, that, and I've never heard of that. I mean, seriously, that to me is mind-boggling. It's like, this is like the Twilight Zone. I mean, you had the future of the welterweight division, which I believe was, well, one of them, possibly, you got Spence out there, which I think he is, but you also had Keith Thurman. He was, in the top three. Okay, I'd say top three. All right, Thurman, Spence, and number three would be actually, I could throw out about 7 or 8 names, but for another video. My point is, what the hell is this guy doing? I mean, I feel like he's like throwing his career away. And for what? I mean, I wish these two the best, but they're probably going to get divorced. I mean, I don't mean to be so damn negative, but, I mean, I don't know. I mean, why can't you have your family life and your boxing? You know what I mean? So who knows? I mean, the whole thing is weird to me. I don't know. Is she a gold digger? I'll say it. I'll say what you're probably. I mean, look, you guys are probably thinking. I'll say it. Like, is this chick like a gold digger? Is this for real? Is this legit? I mean, what the hell is going on, Keith Thurman?